Hi, today we want to show you a new application that you can use with your Vulcan machines. And with Valentine's Day around the corner, we prepared something for you that you can use on Valentine's Day, but then you can also use to start a business, because what we show you here is something you can do with many different products. For Valentine's Day, our idea was to use scenting candles, which are very popular. And if you look on Amazon or eBay, you can sell those scenting candles for something like 10 to 20, sometimes even 30 euros, depending on the candles. Those candles usually have some print on them, have some nice packaging. And what we did here is purchasing those candles here. And actually, we bought these from IKEA, where they're very cheap. So the small ones with 20 hours of burning cost like €1, and the 40-hour ones cost €2. So these are basically your purchasing costs for these candles. Now, in order to add value, and that's what you want to do as a business, you add value to things. First thing we do is apply some stickers. So here we can always have a sticker, and these are the labels that we created using our Vulcan SC350. So we can just easily take them off and apply them onto our candle, making them more valuable. Now, the other thing that we need is the packaging. So for the packaging, we also used our Vulcan machines, the FC500 flatbed cutter, to produce a packaging where we can put the candle in. And when you put the candle in the packaging, now it looks real nice. So it's now a specific Valentine's Day, a love candle. That's how you can call it. It's in a nice packaging, and it has a label on it with something like "I love you" or whatever. And then you can give it to your girlfriend or sell it on Amazon, Etsy, eBay, wherever people are that are willing to pay higher amounts of money for these. And of course, this doesn't only apply to candles. You can use any type of product where you can just purchase the basic product, then label it, ideally build up your own brand. You can find out more information on how to build a brand on the internet. There's a lot of sources about that. And then add some nice packaging. And you can do that as a service for others who are then selling the products, or you find a product of your own, which you can use to increase its value and then start a business with that.
Okay, so now let's get to the design of our box for the candle that we want to produce. To do the design, we use Pacdora, which is web-based software. We can go here into mockups, go to boxes, and then here we have many different types of boxes. What we would like to do for the candle, I think what's very nice, especially for Valentine's Day candle, would be this polygonal box, so a hexagonal rotated mockup. So let's look into that. And now we can here adjust the size. Now it gets a bit tricky, because this size is actually the size of each side here. So we need a diameter of 80 millimeters, because that's the diameter of the candle that we've been ordering, which is actually this one here. So when I order the candle, I go to IKEA, here check out the different candles, and now I can check the measurements for the candles I ordered, and it has a diameter of 8 centimeters and a height of 8.5. So in order to adjust our box to that, we need the height is of course 8.5, so it's 85 millimeters. And for the length, now it's the length of each hexagonal side. Now we need to find out if we want the diameter of 80, what's the size of each hexagon? Now, either you're a math professional and know how to calculate that, or we have our good friend ChatGPT here. So just open it for this not really complex, but kind of mathematical calculation. We use the O3 Mini High model, which is a new reasoning model. And a temporary chat, I have a hexagonal box which should have a diameter of 80 millimeters. What length does each side of the hexagonal box have? Well, let's go. Usually you would have to find out how to calculate that first and then calculate it. Now here we have our math genius called ChatGPT, which can do so much more. So now it's calculating and it's reasoning, it's thinking of how to actually create that. So he already says about around 40 millimeters. So lean toward this interpretation. Okay. So now it explains for hexagonal diameter, there's either the vertex to vertex diameter or the flat to flat diameter. So the vertex to vertex would be for 40 millimeters if we want 80 millimeters diameter, and flat to flat, I think that's what we want. So we have 46.2 millimeters that we need. So now back to Pectora, and here we set a length of 47 millimeters because 46.2 won't work. Now let's apply that. And now it's changing the size of our box. So now that's the size that's going to fit for our candles. So now we need those images that we want to put on the box. For that we could use Photoshop with the Firefly AI, but what I prefer is always the Black Forest Labs Flux 1.1, which is currently, in my opinion, the best image generation AI. But as you know, with artificial intelligence, this changes every week. So maybe next week something new is out and that's even better. So now we need an image for our Valentine's Day. So of course we need some love and some flowers and some hearts. So just as an idea, let's say we want to have a landscape with many flowers and red hearts and roses flying around. Now we can't adjust the actual size, but we can do the aspect ratio that we need. So as we know, we have 85 in height and 46 in width. So yeah, that's a little bit higher than, or well, significantly higher. Let's try a 2:3 aspect ratio. So now we run it to create our image, and then we can adjust the image later in Illustrator or in Pectora actually. So this is our image. It looks quite good, I think. So let's download this. Well, it's a little bit dark, so let's make a blue sky. So a little bit nicer, because for Valentine's Day we don't want really dark images. Already contains a lot of love, but not it's not really a bright image. This looks much nicer. And now it's more like a drawing. Let's do it photorealistic. As you can see, sometimes we need to adjust the prompts, and I'm sure you're going to find many videos out there for professional prompt engineering. Now, I'm not a professional image prompt engineer. Well, that's okay. Let's try this one. So we have different images here that we can use, and well, now if we go to the box here, we can upload our images, and we can add some images here that we've just created, which would be these ones here, for example. So now we can drop our images. Takes a second to load. Now we can drop them here. And now we can adjust these images inside these inside this here. Now actually we want it to be around the whole shape. So let's get back to Black Forest Labs and use a different aspect ratio. Let's use 21 by 9 to build our image, because now we want a wide image that goes all around. Okay, this looks better. Yeah, let's say professional photorealistic photo, like this. Let's see what this gives us. Just wait for the calculation. Yeah, even better. Let's use this one. So now we're going back here, add our image that we've just created. Now this looks nice, I think. And we can just put it here, and then I just copy paste it and add it again here. I think it looks quite okay. I mean, you can a little bit see the cut here between the two images, but I would say it's quite okay. Now, for the top and bottom, and also for the inside, we can add some more graphics. As you can see here, I've already created some stuff. All that was created with the Flux image generation AI. So let's put that here. And for the bottom, we do the same. Again, I'm not a professional product designer, just showing you what's possible with Vulcan, and you can make your own designs. So here we have a nice box. Now that's the outside, but of course we also want the inside. So there we add another AI generated image that I've done before previously. So let's create this. So that's how it looks from the inside. And now we can save it. And now here we can see our box, and if we open it, we will also have the photo on the inside. So yeah, that's our box that we can now send to the Vulcan flatbed cutter, or first we send it to Illustrator and SignCut. And yeah, that's what we're going to do next. Okay, so now we have opened the box in Adobe Illustrator, and now we're going to do the preparation to send it to SignCut and from there to the Vulcan. So first of all, there's all the text we don't need. And if I look at the layers here, so it's all in one layer. And the whole image consists of the clip group, which is the graphic, and then 3 paths, which is the bleeding path, the creasing, and the cutting. Well, actually, yeah. The bleeding, we don't really need the bleeding path, so let's delete that. And for the other 2 paths, as usual on Vulcan, we prepare a new layer called scpro2_contours. So SignCut knows that it needs to pick the graphics from this layer, and we don't want to print it because, of course, we don't want to have the creasing or cutting lines printed on our image. So now we move all that into the scpro2_contours. Here we go. And now we still have the image here, so that would be okay. Now, up next, we need to create our registration marks for the Vulcan FC700. We use a page frame. Of course, I would say it makes sense to adjust the size of the artboard. So the artboard is now 363 by 293, so that's generated by Pagdora. What we want, of course, is 450 by 320. So that's our SRA3 sized artboard that we have, because we are working with SRA3 on our printer. Now what we can do is adjust everything. So just mark all the graphics and then move them, align them properly. Here we go, like this. When we added the artboard, what we didn't do, come on, what we didn't do is here adjust the origin point. So I'm going to do that right now. Origin point is 0. And now we can properly align everything. Properties and align to center. Here also align to center. Okay, so now it's all in the center. And now we add our registration marks to our SRA3, which looks like that. Now, if we want to do the multi-cut function, we'd have to turn everything by 90 degrees. So for serial production, I would suggest we do that. So once again, edit artboards, and we do 320 by 450, like that. And then our image, we need to obviously turn everything, and again, adjust in the center, and here. Okay. So that looks okay. Just put it somewhere here. And yeah, now we do our registration marks, create. So now we're ready for serial production with the multi-sheet functionality of the Vulcan machines. Up next, after we've created the QR code and the registration marks, we can send everything to SignCut, or we can just open the output window, which is here, which will just use the last settings that we've set in SignCut. As you can see here now, it's for the SC350 that we had last opened. So let's open it regularly in SignCut because we need to switch the machine to the FC500. So now SignCut is opening. There it is. Switch the cutter to the FC700. Okay. And now in SignCut, what we need to do is create our file, the PLT file that we want to do. And for this, here, we need to make sure what do the different colors do. So this color here is what we want to cut. So we use the cut layer with blade offset 0.65, overcut 0.5. That's recommended settings. And then we have the creasing. Of course, we want the creasing to be done first before the cutting. So here we select the creasing tool, which has a blade offset of 0, of course, multiple passes. We want 5 passes to have a good creasing line. And then when we're done, we can just cut it out and save our file to our SignCut folder. So I save that here. And yeah, already exists. Because they're already created when sent out, but in this case we want to replace them because we changed the tools. And now we can print our graphic, put it on the Vulcan, and start working and producing our box.